Today we're going to learn about applications of trigonometry. Let's say we have a problem like this. If Joe is at point A, Bill is 30 feet right of Joe at point B, and a duck is 50 feet from Bill at point C, how far from the duck is Joe, and what is the angle of elevation from Bill to the duck? So before we get started, let's first draw this out. So we have point A, let's say, is here, and this is point A. So this is where Joe is. Now we know Bill is 30 feet right of Joe at point B. So 30 feet to the right is point B. Now we also know that a duck is 50 feet from Bill at point C. So point C we're going to say is in here because we want a right angled triangle. So the duck is at point C, this is B, and this is C. And we're given that it's 50 feet away from Bill, 50 feet. Now we need to first find how far the duck is from Joe. So we need to find this value here. So to find that value, because we know this is a right angle triangle because the duck is due north, then that means that we can use the Pythagorean theorem to find this side. So 50 squared minus 30 squared. So 50 squared minus 30 squared becomes 1600, which is equal to 40 squared. So that means that x is equal to 40. So the answer to the first part of this problem is 40 feet. So now we know that this is 40 feet. And so now we have to find the measure of this angle. So, let's say this angle is theta. So now we can use our sine trigonometry to find the value of this angle, because we know the sine of this angle is equal to the opposite over hypotenuse, so it's 40 over 50. So that means that this angle would be equal to sine of -1, or inverse sine of 40 over 50 degrees. So the answer to the second part of this problem is sine inverse sine to the -1st power of 40 over 50 degrees. And you can type this into the calculator, but when you type it into the calculator, be sure that your calculator is in degree mode and not in radians. Today we learned about applications of trigonometry.